Hi, I'm Chris Maragkakis of Simply Be Retreats and Therapies. I'm a life coach, therapist and podcaster. Welcome to Mindful Mutterings. Please like, share and subscribe. And as always, thanks for listening. Hi, Happy New Year and thanks for joining me. So I wanted to talk this time about intention setting, because this is often the time of year where we're all fired up with good intentions and we decide to make drastic changes to our lives that are often sweeping and have a huge impact for a short time, and then a couple of weeks later it all just kind of fades away. And this whole new year, new me idea is not great for our well-being. It's usually unsustainable. And so all we're really doing is setting ourselves up to fail, because long-lasting and effective change requires layering. That's to say, lots of small, manageable tweaks to our mindset and our behaviours that, when layered up, result in the big changes that we want to see in our lives. And this is not to say that we shouldn't have goals or aspirational targets. I'm not saying that at all. In fact, I'm a huge believer in goals and intention setting. But I think the goals that we set ourselves need to be practical, achievable and sustainable. I don't think we should wait for a particular time of the year to start them, although it can be useful to be aware of when in the season you feel most proactive and have the most energy. And I most definitely don't think that we should attach our self-worth to the outcome of these goals. You know, ideas like when I'll be successful when I achieve this, or I'll be happy when I have that. We need to learn how to be happy with ourselves now, so that we always feel successful regardless of what we have. And for me, the first step, and like I say, I do a lot of goal setting. For me, the first step is to get an idea of how I want my life to look and where at the moment I'm not meeting that vision. I then work to identify what it is I need to think or do to have to achieve it. And then I break down what are usually vague ideas into actual tasks. And then I break those tasks down into manageable steps so that I can start doing something towards achieving them every day. So, say for example, you wanted to move to France. This is a huge goal and may not even be attainable in the near future, but you can break it down something like this. So, first thing you need to do is find out the residency rules, work out what area you want to live in, what kind of property you can afford, how you're going to earn your money. Then you're going to need to take French lessons. So you might want to join social media groups, so you've got a social life set up out there. Find a doctor, a dentist, vet, etc. You might have to sell or give notice or rent out a current property, or get a house ready for market. And the list goes on and on and on. And these are all still very, very big tasks, and they can be broken down smaller into little achievable things that you can start working towards. So if you just take the learning to speak French job out of all of that, there's lots of things that you can do to break that down into smaller parts again. So you could get phrase books from the library, you could listen to French radio, maybe watch French films or do an online course. And then you could find a real world course to go to. You could go to France and practice while you're checking out the region and accommodation that you want to live in. And so when you start to look at it like this, and those tasks can be broken down even smaller, but you can see how each of these little jobs can be achieved quite simply. And it's the preparation and the repetition that make them stick and make them successful, so that it then enables you to achieve the bigger goals. And as I said at the beginning, the small things then start to layer up until you've achieved the change that you wanted to make. I would also urge you to be open to possibility. Don't become so fixated on the outcome of moving to France that you become closed to other avenues. I mean, it may be that, because you never know how life's going to work out. You never know how a conversation or opportunity is going to take, where it's going to take you. And it may be that you got offered a job in Spain or an opportunity to travel somewhere else. And ultimately that will lead you to living in France much sooner if you just took that chance. So it's about having an idea in mind and then being open to anything that can get you closer to your goal. So to start, make a list. I mean, I love a list. It's a really good way of getting stuff out of your head onto paper so you can start to make sense of what's going on. Maybe a spider diagram works better for you. and then just keep making other ones, and keep going until you have a clear idea of the small steps that need to be taken. So your first one will be like your rough ideas, and then you take each of those ideas and make a separate list or spider diagram for that. And then maybe some of the stuff that's come up on that spider diagram or list, you need to make smaller tasks still. It's about getting these huge goals down to tiny little tasks that you can easily assimilate into your daily routine, so that you will end up getting where you want to go. And then you'll have a clear idea of all the small steps that you need to put in place. And also, while you're doing that, it's really good for focusing the brain on what actually needs to be done, so you're not wasting time. And so to support you moving on with your goals, then tick them off the list as you finish them and celebrate it. You know, I don't know what you want, have a cup of coffee, get a chocolate, but do something that makes you, you know, like, well done, I've done that, that's amazing, I'm working on what I'm doing, I'm moving towards where I want to be. And be grateful that you have a plan, be grateful that you're achieving things, be grateful that you're moving towards its completion. You could use a vision board or affirmations to help keep you focused and your mindset positive. And really, anything that works for you, it's about keeping that energy and momentum going, so that you just consistently make these little tweaks and do little jobs towards getting you where you want to go, all with a really clear focus, so that all your energy is being focused in the right way. So if you're interested in knowing more about how to start manifesting the life that you want to create, I'm running a 4-week online course on manifesting joy and abundance, which starts on the 7th of January, where, along with many other things, we'll go through this process of breaking things down and working out how we manifest, and then how we can take that further so that we can create the life we want to live. So as always, if you've got any questions, please get in touch. And if you're interested in the online course, you can find out more information on my website, simplybe.org.uk/women's circles and events. As always, thanks for listening, happy intention setting, and I wish you a happy and empowered new year. Thanks for listening. Bye.